Hey everybody, welcome back to the PTM AC Customs Garage. Last time, we were talking about the bladed weapons. This time, let's talk about the rest of the melee weapons. The peanut butter and jelly, the happy paddle, the dual leather face, the police stick, the blue bowl, and the MC hammer. Let's get started. First up is the Ashmead Pile Bunker, or as I like to call it, the peanut butter and jelly. It's a pile bunker developed by Balaam. This weapon gores the target with a massive steel pile, obliterating it through sheer physical force. Charged to prime the firing hammer, enabling attacks that are enhanced by explosive damage. It falls under kinetic melee with a cooldown, no reload. It has an attack power of 1,688 with an impact of 1,150 and a cumulative impact of 850 and throws one consecutive hit. The charged attack has 4,630 with an impact of 1,800 and a cumulative impact of 1,100. The direct hit adjuster is 150. It has low PA interference at 135 and the cooling is 284. You're not rapid firing the bunk. It's not too heavy, but it's getting up there at 4,180 Miyazaki's. And the cheap energy load at only 225. It has two types of attacks, a single poke attack that has a fairly quick animation, but short range, but can be augmented through your AC's melee lunge capabilities, a little. And a charged attack that has a long wind up to a big uppercut attack that if used as a stagger punch will likely just end the fight. God, I wanted that finishing.
Target destroyed.
Next up is the Tai Yang Shou, or Happy Paddle. It's an explosive launcher developed by Dafeng Core Industry. Scatters a spray of contact explosives to devastate the area ahead of the user. Charged to arrange the spray of projectiles into a vertical spread. And if you wonder what the difference that makes, don't worry, we'll get to that. This weapon is an explosive, technically ranged weapon that has a reload sequence with limited ammo. While it is technically ranged, most of us still count it in the melee category, so it remains on this list. It has an attack power of 1,142 with an impact of 830 and a cumulative impact of 650 and blast radius of 20, which I think that number is tied to the individual explosives, not the whole thing. The charged attack power is also 1,142 with an impact of 830 and a cumulative impact of 650, but a slight increase to the 25 in blast radius. The direct hit adjuster is a good 190, but the range is very short at only 125. But again, as most consider it to be a melee weapon, this is quite crazy to have a range anyway. And you only get 48 total volleys to use before you're out of ammo. The reload time is 3.1 seconds and the ammunition cost is 600. Surprisingly cheap for an explosive. The weight is a manageable 3,790 Miyazaki's, and it has a 160 energy load, making it fit almost any build's generator. When you use this weapon, the basic attack will stance your AC, and you'll throw explosives in the very wide arc around the front of your AC. The charge attack, though, throws them upward, vertically in front of you, which can be used to catch an AC. The damage is the same in both throws. It's all about trying to catch your enemy with it, but don't worry about missing. You can throw them every 3 seconds. Next on the list is the Double Trouble Double Chainsaw. Twice the chainsaws means twice the massacre. It's a chainsaw developed by RAD, originally a tool used by industrial demolition craft, now repurposed as a weapon, charged to deploy blades which can be pushed into a target to rapidly accumulate damage. Yeah, I knew that wasn't for any trees. That'd be some big ass trees. Though I still wonder how often that chain needs replaced, cutting on other ACs all the time. Leatherface's Wet Dream is a kinetic melee with a cooldown that has an attack power of 1,025 and an impact of 750 and a cumulative impact of 375 and has 2 consecutive hits in its combo. The charge attack power is 2,970 with an impact of 2,380 and a cumulative impact of 840. It has a maxed out direct hit adjuster of 270 with a pitiful 119 PA interference. and 302 cooling. Use this as a stagger punish for sure. Hell, it might be the only way to land the charged attack. It weighs 5,090 Miyazakis, making it the heaviest of all the melee weapons, and it has a cheap 108 energy load. It has a quick attack combo where you swing for a left hook, hitting them with spinning blades, and then hit them again on the way back to put it away while still cutting. Or you can hold the charge to keep the blades spinning, granting you a small little damage sponge effect while limiting your movement to only base boost speed. Let go of the charge to do a small step forward, shoving the chainsaws into your target for massive damage. It's just hard as hell to hit with it clean. Then we have the police stick, or the VE67EB stun baton. It's a stun baton developed by Arquebus. Repeated attacks induce a forced electrical discharge effect on afflicted craft. Charge to explores the core rod of the baton and attack with a brutal electrified thrust. I don't know if they know the difference between a thrust and a swipe. I don't know if I would call that a thrust. We'll see here in a minute, but first, it is a kinetic melee weapon with a cooldown. I'm not 100% sure what that fourth emblem is up there, but I think it indicates that the weapon has a status effect, which it does. It applies the electrified or shock affliction with a few hits. It has a humble 293 attack power with an impact of 215 and a cumulative impact of 85. You can throw up to 3 consecutive swings with it, but then the charge attack is much stronger with that 1971 attack power, 1360 impact, and 590 cumulative impact. The direct hit adjuster is pretty nice at 215, PA interference is 140, and has great cooling at 1156. It's lightweight, weighs only 1720 Miyazakis, and costs a cheap 198 energy load. As indicated by the numbers, it is another great weapon for stagger punishes. You can swing a 3-hit combo on your target, though without stagger it's not super easy to land all 3 blows. But you can use that charge hit with the other weapons to deal a bunch of impact and utilize the stagger to then deal a quick 3-hit combo because it has such a quick cooldown. Here we have the VE67LLA, a laser lance designed by Arquebus Advanced Development Division. Uses the thrust of its internal booster to launch into energy-based piercing attacks. Booster thrust can be increased by charging the weapon, allowing high-speed, long-distance rushes. It is an energy-based melee weapon with a cooldown. It's pretty strong in general, with an attack power of 1151, an impact of 800, and a cumulative impact of 400, and it doesn't really do consecutive hits. Just simply does not do consecutive. The charge attack power is 2,381 with its impact of 1,870 and a cumulative impact of 960. For a weapon with this much raw power, it has quite high direct hit adjuster of 195. The PA interference is 138 with a cooling of 263. So don't miss. It is the second heaviest melee weapon, weighing 4,520 Miyazakis and has a fairly costly energy load of 460. It has 2 separate attacks, the first being a quick lunging poke attack, while the other attack, the charge attack, is like an energy-based charging bull that drags the opponent with it, as my DeWalt drill here is showing you. Last up, it's hammer time. It's the hammer plasma thrower, and all mine came so close to learning how to use valves. Its plasma mine launcher, developed by Allmind, launches a rotating unit that uses centrifugal force and thrust support to strike the targets. Charge the weapon to scatter mines as the weapon swings, causing plasma explosions. Oh yeah, the half of that paragraph that made any actual sense was the half about the bad part of this weapon. It is somehow classified as a kinetic melee weapon with a cooldown. Its normal attack, the only one you'll ever need, has an attack power of 1,208 with an impact of 690 and a cumulative impact of 440, and you can whip it out for 2 consecutive attacks. The charged attack power is 265 times 6 with an impact of 33 times 6, also and a cumulative impact of 22 times 6, keeps on getting more with the blast radius of 20 on the mines, which that's actually similar to the explosives from the explosive thrower. So okay, the direct hit adjuster blaster is 165 with a PA interference of 142 and an effective range of 78. That's like half of what the Happy Paddle uses. With a cooling of 366, it's lightweight, weighing 2,410 Miyazaki's, and it has an energy load of 311, like the 90s rock band. Its main attack is a whipping attack that can be thrown for 2 swings and should be the primary way you use this weapon almost every time, because charging it, while it does sponge a little amount of damage like the double trouble, when you throw the mines they spread way out and are incredibly weak. I had a hard time even hitting a noticeable attack with it on Nozak here, but the 1-2? It's great. Well, that was the rest of the melee weapons. I think next time we'll talk about the assault rifles. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, leave a like and subscribe to the channel. I will see you in the nest.